Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Merc back here with some more Draft League stuff, and settle in because we got a doubleheader since I missed last week's upload, so we're taking on both Rob and Gypsy in this video. So I'm just going to be kind of rushing through team builders and stuff a bit, but I'll just give you a brief overview of everything. Rob's team is scary. He's 4-1 or 3-1 or whatever week this is. He's got one loss at this point. He's got Excadrill, Weavile, Z Gyarados, Tangrowth, Slowbro, Mega Altaria, Z Lycanroc Dusk, Golurk, Mienshao, Garbodor, Hippopotas, and Z Articuno. So, interesting little matchup here. I have some stuff that really threatens him. He's got some stuff that threatens me. Essentially, I figured that Hyper Offense was going to be like the best way to go in this one, so I just kind of went with that. So let's show off the team that I built. Yeah, I went with an HO squad this week, so I guess we can start with our lead, which is Sash Heatran. Pretty much just max speed here to outpace like max speed Garbodor if you wanted to run like some sort of like fast Sash lead Garb or something like that, or just a fast offensive guard. I'd outspeed it, so I kind of think he might run like Adamant Gyarados or Adamant Altaria or something like that if he brings them. So I've got HP Electric, Overheat, Flash Cannon, Stealth Rock. I had Overheat on here because it OHKO'd stuff like the Mienshao, whereas Fire Blast might not, and I'd like to just OHKO that. Flash Cannon's really nice against his team, and HP Electric hits that Gyarados, which otherwise could set up and be a big problem against me. So yeah, this is my lead. I want to get my rocks up or take out a few Mons. It's very possible he might try and set up in my face against this thing, in which case that'd be great because Heatran can take out a Mon or two with the Sash, and it hits his team really hard. So now we'll just kind of go down my Marauders row of hard-hitting stuff. I've got an offensive Venusaur running Dual Stab, Synthesis, and Growth. I thought this would be a cool set to catch him off guard. I don't really need defense on this thing. Like, it takes hits good enough for this team, though like defensive could have been nice, but I felt offensive was good because just looking at his team, he doesn't really have switch-ins. He doesn't have a switch-in aside from like Articuno to this thing, and like Spadef, Excadrill, kind of, and as well as like Garbodor, but Garbodor doesn't beat this 1v1 since it's a Garbodor and it's weak, and I outspeed it and I can set up against it and that sort of thing. So yeah, this looked like a pretty good threat. I've got a Zapdos running Zap Plate with T-Bolt, Heat Wave, Roost, Agility. I'm running very bulky with Modest. This is just enough so I outpace like plus... I think it was for Scarf Mienshao that I wanted to outpace once I'm at +2. So yeah, like I just wanted to dump a bunch of bulk into this thing. I have enough HP so I take a +1 Waterfall from Gyarados after Rocks, since that seemed important, because I figured he'd be Z-Bounce and not Waterium Z, since he wants the Z-Bounce to be able to knock out like my Venusaur or my Kartana or my Aloe, which I didn't bring, and that sort of thing. So, and Flying's pretty good against my team. So this set's very nice as well. It breaks through his defenses very well, and I can't touch Altaria, but I'm not afraid of Altaria at all. Like, Venusaur counters it hard, Lele deals with it, Tran deals with it, Cart deals with it, unless it's Cotton Guard. So like, I really didn't think Altaria was coming to this game, so I wasn't worried about it. Yeah, next I've got just good old Scarf Cart. Revenge kills stuff, keeps things like the Weavile and the Excadrill in check, lets me outpace a +1 Gyarados, which is important, +1 Altaria, that sort of thing. Psycho Cut, Leaf Blade, Smart Strike, X-Scissor. X-Scissor's there for Tangrowth. Everything else is pretty standard. Spamming Psycho Cut in the terrain's good, lets me hit like the Garbodor and the Mienshao, I guess. And this gives me a thing to outpace Scarf Shao, which seemed like Shao looked pretty scary against my team, though I guess Mola and Venusaur could beat it. I figured if he'd have some kind of lure set or something like that to deal. Yeah. Next I've got my Doug Trio. I'm running Darkinium Z with the Z Memento, and then EQ, Toxic, and Rock Tomb. This is here to trap some stuff, like getting rid of Spadef Excadrill for Lele is great. Getting rid of like, what else was this here for? The Z Memento is really nice on this team to allow setup, since I've got setup on Venusaur and Zapdos, and like getting in cart at an opportune moment could be nice, or like getting a free drop and a free heal into Lele or whatever. It's a good move. And then EQ hits his team decently hard. Toxic's there to just toxic stuff if I need nothing else, and Rock Tomb is here to slow down either Altaria or Gyarados if they're trying to set up DDs, just so that I can revenge kill them afterwards and keep them at neutral speed. And last is Specs Lele. Specs Lele really hits his team hard. He doesn't have a good switch into it. Psyshot, Dual Psychics with Moonblast T-Bolt, it just like 2-hit KOs everything unless he's running Spadef Drill or like AV Drill or especially defensive AV Slowbro, something like that. So that's the team. Let's hop into the match real quick. And here we are. So Rob brings a team that kind of surprises me. He brings, yeah, he didn't really bring what I thought. I thought he might go for a more balanced approach, but if he did, then my HO probably could overwhelm that. And I didn't think he'd bring like hard stall or anything. So not that surprised to see the Hippopotas, but it's a little more scary because Sand Excadrill could be a big problem against this team. Though I do have my Cart and my Zapdos and my Venusaur, all which can take one hit, and Hippopotas is basically not a Mon, so I'm basically fighting 5 things and a thing that's going to die, because if he's Eviolite, he's bulky, but he only has 5 Sand turns, and if he's Smooth Rock, then he's not bulky at all, and like everything to it KOs it. Like I'm pretty sure everything to it KOs it on this team, so that's cool. Yeah. So my plan right away was just lead Heatran, and I'm going to do that. He leads Gyarados, so I don't want this thing setting up, and I've had a feeling that I'd be faster than him, and if not, I was just going to click HP Electric, as I do outspeed him, and it does 80% as he misses an Aqua Tail. Now it's unfortunate, the curse of 90% accurate moves is real. I fire off another HP Electric, as I'm just going to stay in and click Flash Cannon here, as he goes for the Zen Headbutt and he misses, which is also unfortunate. I figured he'd just Drill Run me right here, and I was going to be fine knocking him out. Not getting up rocks would, like, it was unfortunate. In that case, I wouldn't be able to get up rocks, but getting rid of 1.5 Mons was really good. But he misses, so I can kill him, and my Sash is intact, so I basically get to kill another Mon. And he's going to choose to bring in his Excadrill. Now this is fantastic, as he's going to EQ. He shows that he's jolly on this, but he's adamant on Gyara, so I guess that was good for him, because if he didn't, then he would have just lost a lot of Mons to the Heatran, more than he did. So he EQs, and I'm just going to fire off an Overheat and take out the Excadrill. So at this point the game's already kind of over, given that his best win con is dead. He has useless Hippopotas. His Articuno's kind of a problem, but I've got things that kill it. And I can deal with the Weavile, and the Gyarados is at no health, so I'm chilling in this. I'm going to keep my Heatran around as sack fodder, and just go into my Lele, because I can take a hit and then fire off a hit back. As he goes for the Freeze Dry, just shows me his max special attack, no boosting item or anything, and I can just fire off Specs Moonblast, and that does a lot. He Hurricanes here, doesn't do enough, and I can just fire off another Moonblast. He opts to sack off his Gyara, which is a smart play because he needs Articuno to deal with my Venusaur, since nothing else deals with my Venusaur. And here, he can just go into his Weavile and Pursuit Trap me. I just stay in here and click Moonblast, because if he set up like an SD, and if he was like sashed or something, that could prove very problematic. Like I could potentially lose to that if he flinched through my Venusaur. So I'm just going to click Moonblast as he Pursuits and knocks me out, and he shows no life orbs, so I think it might be banded. But either way, I can go into my Venusaur right here and just fire off a Sludge Bomb. I want to get damage off on this thing, break a potential Sash, because at this point Cart kind of just wins. I go for the Sludge Bomb, he lives on 1, and I don't get poisoned, so I guess that's some sort of retribution for all the luck I've gotten, but here I can just sack off my Heatran as he goes for the Roost. And I just go for the Flash Cannon in case he tries to do something, but he goes for Freeze Dry and kills me, so Articuno putting in that work, but now I just go into Cart and I click Smart Strike and the game ends. He goes into Hippopotas. Smart Strike gets a crit there, but it was still 2-hit KOing based off that damage, like it was doing 50, so I 2-hit KO'd. So Hippo dies, and then Weavile, unless it's like Scarfed HP Fire or it's Sashed, then it can't kill me, but at this point Sand is up, so even if he was Sashed, I'd knock him out. And then I have Zapdos in the back, which can take 1 hit from Articuno and one-shot it with T-Bolt. So Cart's going to come through, get 3 more kills. It's now like 11-2, which is pretty rad. Obviously, this was kind of a cheesed-up game because of the fact that I dodged the first 2 moves of the game. But like this season's been such kind of a wild ride, and it's been really weird that I'm just like, I'll take it, honestly. So sorry, Rob, if we meet up in playoffs. I'm sure that it's going to be a much more quality game. So now let's hop over to the Gypsy matchup. So as we can see right here, Gypsy has a team. I don't want any bit of it. I want no part of playing this team. It counters my team very hard, which is unfortunate. It's a very well drafted team, and he has a very broken Mon, which is drafted around in Aegislash. Fun little nugget of info, I dropped Throw and picked up Frogadier. Yeah. But yeah, his team is crazy good. Aegislash, Z Garchomp, Clefable, Suicune, Z Excelgor, Nihilego, Mandibuzz, Quag, Vileplume, Reddenfrost, Tuosion, and Mega Medicham. Mega Medi's a huge threat. It kills like everything on my team. Aegislash invalidates like most of my good Mons, which is unfortunate. Garchomp's spooky. Suicune's going to be annoying. Nihilego, Mandibuzz stops my Kartana, which would be like one of my best potential win cons and best offensive threat against his team. So it's just kind of a bad matchup. I'll show you guys the team. And this probably isn't the best attitude to have, but like I didn't put that much stock into this team. Like I didn't invest a ton of time because I don't have a lot of it right now, and I just wasn't that interested in playing this team that I was pretty sure I was going to lose to, because Gypsy's better than me and he has a incredible team. So yeah, but I made a team and I was gonna try and win. So yeah, we have our Lele. I brought Fizdef Lele with Taunt, Psychic, Nature's Madness, Toxic. Here to check stuff like the Mega Medicham and just kind of beat things up. Toxic is really nice against his team, and as is Taunt, because he loves setup and he loves really passive, slow setup things like Vincoon and that sort of thing. So yeah, Lele is pretty good. And if I somehow get rid of Aegislash, then spamming Psychic against his team is really good. Nature's Madness is there to get the AG low, but it's still going to have lefties and king shields, and Gypsy loves clicking Protect, so I'm sure he'll be able to get his lefties back and get him back to full health. I've got an Aloe. Rocky Helmet's here to chip away the Medicham, ideally, and get in range of my Dugtrio, because Medicham kills everything on my team, like I said. It just does. Knock, Wish, Protect, Toxic, pretty standard stuff, very standard spread. If I can get rid of Aegislash's lefties, then I have a chance. If I can get rid of Aegis lefties, and if I can like Toxic a Mandibuzz, then I have a chance. Just because I can potentially stall through his team at that point. I've got a Sub-Seed Mega Venusaur with Petal Blizzard. Shout out Shoddy. I'm running Physical Venusaur because he's gonna run like Sub-Calm Mind Suicune with Protect, because he loves running that sort of thing. And this was the best response because, which is like Giga Drain would have gotten stalled out, and at this point I'm chancing Burn is risky, but it's better than him CMing up and then my Venusaur not being able to touch him. And I do have Sub and Leech Seed, so I can sub up against the Suicune and potentially deal with it, maybe. I've got Granium Z Dougie. It's here for the Medicham. I'm adamant, so hopefully I can knock it out if I get enough chip damage off on it, though I'm assuming he'll be very bulky because Gypsy runs bulk on everything. Like, I don't think he's ever ran a max offensive spread in his life. I just don't think he has. Next I got Scarf Umbreon, a little bit of a fun set. Baton Pass, Foul Play, Heal Bell, Iron Tail. Iron Tail's there to hit the Nihilego for some damage. Scarf Foul Play is nice. I outspeed Garchomp, I outspeed Mega Medi, I outspeed the Nihilego. So I can potentially catch those off guard. I have Heal Bell here just to get rid of Toxic, which I'm sure he'll run, and that sort of thing. And yeah, just seems like a decent option. I get a little momentum. Obviously, it's not the best one since it's a Scarfed Umbreon, but it's something. And I'm Inner Focus in case he's Fake Out Medicham for some reason, which doesn't make sense against this team. Yeah. And the only thing that would really be toxicing me would be the Aegislash, I feel, which can't get synchronized. And last we have a Life Orb SD Kartana. Just here is potentially, if I can get enough chip on the Mandibuzz and get my rocks up, then I could possibly break through his team, since Cart outspeed like everything, and at +2 I kind of kill a lot of stuff. But the thing is that a +2 Smart Strike doesn't knock out defensive Mandibuzz after rocks, which is absurd because Mandibuzz is fat. So give Kartana Iron Head, please. Or like Meteor Mash. Meteor Mash card, now that'd be something else. But yeah, that's the team. Let's get into the game. And I saw a team that's very fat, and I didn't want to play. I didn't want to deal with it. I did consider forfeiting this game and like not building and not wasting my time, but here we go, yay! So I Leech Seed up, and then I'm gonna switch out into my Umbreon, scouting out for like a Z move that's way too fast. He goes into Mandibuzz, I go into my Lele as he taunts me, so that's going to be annoying. I didn't want to reveal that I was Scarfed yet, because I figured he'd be very fast. I go for the Nature's Madness, Slash comes out, and it's going to just start getting lefties back, as he can Toxic right here, which is completely free. I probably should have gone to Venusaur, but and yeah, I throw up the Wish as I figured he'd just King Shield, because why not click Protect, because everything has Protect. Now I Toxic here, really hoping Mandibuzz would come in, predicting the knockoff or something, but he goes into Garchomp, which is like, this thing could probably have SD and a Z move and kind of blow me away, because he could just run like Dual Stab against me, so that's scary. But I Toxic it. Now he's going to go into his Mandibuzz as I go into Kartana, expecting like an SD or something. As he goes into Mandibuzz, and he's got U-turn, so that's kind of unfortunate, as he can bring in his Medicham. So basically my plan is sack off the Mola, get the Rocky Helmet chip damage, and then kill him with Dugtrio. But he is packing the Psycho Cut, which first of all doesn't do anything because he's like hardly invested in attack, and also he has Psycho Cut, so that one, he probably can't miss, and more importantly, he's not going to take Rocky Helmet chip, because I'm sure he recognizes that this thing has to be at like full to survive a Z Dougie hit. So that's the thing. I believe I just go for the Wish right here as he goes into Aegislash. Now if I click Knockoff, then that would have been kind of cool, I guess. But Slash is here, it's like back at 75, and it's going to be 80% and all that sort of thing. He's going to go back into the Mandibuzz. Now I need to Toxic this thing. Kind of wish I had Toxic on my Scarfed Umbreon. That would have been really good. But I'm going to Heal Bell because I don't want my Mola Toxiced. And at this point I know that Venusaur can probably switch into that, as I do reveal my Scarfedness and I Heal Bell, and he can just bring in this fat piece of garbage. As I'm going to go into Venusaur as he subs, and I know the kind of person he is. He's just going to like Calm Mind or Protect, yeah, because that's what he does. And I just sub in his face because I know that's what he does. So he's going to see him, as I believe I'm just going to Petal Blizzard, break that sub. But I still can't really do much about this because he can just Protect and stuff all day long. Had I gotten the Leech Seed off, that would have been great. I did have speed on this thing, hoping that I'd be faster, but he has a lot of speed. I'm assuming he's probably like faster than Timid Heatran. That would make sense. But at this point, I'm just going to Synthesis up, and I can't really take this thing down 1v1 because of the fact that, like, he can pressure stall my Petal Blizzards and stuff, and just keep on subbing up and things. So I know he's gonna Protect here after I break his sub, so I'm gonna go hard into Cart. No, I'm gonna Petal Blizzard again, and then I'm gonna go hard into Cart to scare this thing out. So basically I have no real plan to deal with this thing aside from like kill it with Cart. Yeah, but like I can Toxic it with my Dougie, and I can taunt it with Lele. I go for the knock and get rid of his Rocky Helmet, so that's unfortunate that I'm taking all this chip damage. I still need more chip before I could potentially come in with a +2 Cart and do some work. But I'm going to go into my thing. I guess I could have gone into Aloe here to get more Rocky Helmet chip, as he's going to go into his Nihilego, and he's going to go for the Charge Beam. Now that's scary, as he's going to get a boost. I'm going to go hard back into Umbreon and Iron Tail this thing, and get some damage off on it. And at this point I'm thinking, great, the game's probably over, since I'm assuming he's going to be Speed Boost. So he's going to Psyshock, and I go for the Iron Tail. It does 44, and I get the defense drop, as he's going to knock me out with the Sludge Wave, and he does get the Speed Boost. Now, I figured, okay, all of my mons just die at this point, so he took a while to make his play, and I said, just end it. But I live somehow, and then I knock him out with a Petal Blizzard, so yay. Not a 6-0. But at this point, like, I don't really have a win condition to go off of. Like, my cart can't sweep unless I crit through him. I'm going to try and make a play here. Go into... what I wanted to do here was go into Lele, force out this Aegislash, get into my Dugtrio, and get rocks up, and hopefully a Toxic off on the Mandibuzz. That would have been the ideal. Or like a Toxic on the Suicune, perhaps. I just need to get the... If I could get the thing low, then I potentially had a chance with my cart. But he's just going to Psycho Cut here, which is a little too bad. And now I'm just going to go into my Lele, and I'm like, alright, fine. I'm just going to Psychic. I get the crit here, which I'm cool with, because it dies, and that's fine with me. But at this point, like, I can't do anything. I missed the Nature's Madness to just rub a little salt in the wound, but he can knock me out here. Now my only hope is to bank off a Choke and a crit with my cart, but he's just going to stand and Shadow Ball me, so yeah, takes me out. Like, I lose. Not really a big deal. I didn't think I was going to win this game. He has a very broken team that I never want to fight again in my life, so yeah, that's it. See ya.